Like,
because Portugal and Spain was one.
What I'm really watching the fact that the same thing with Islam, how they had was a hide.
Yes, the same thing with
the Christian. Ain't nothing new. It's same
spirit. Right? So this and the had was a hide, right? So this is Second Maccabees chapter 6 verse. I will start at verse 1.
Right.
Not long after, the king sent an old man of Athens to compel the Jews to depart from the laws of their fathers and not to live after the laws of the Most High, and to pollute also the temple in Jerusalem, and to call it the temple of Jupiter Olympus, and that in Garazim of Jupiter, the defenders of strangers, as they did desire, that dwelt in the place. The coming in of this mischief was so ungrievous to the people. The same thing as we read in here. It was so ungrievous to us, even during the Dark Ages, right? Even during our fall, right? Within Europe, right? When these Edomites started to come back into power, right? During the Renaissance period. For the temple was filled with riots and reveling by the Gentiles, who dallied with harlots and had to do with women within the circuit of the holy places. Right? They was making the temple into a literal whorehouse. Right? Having the orgies. These so-called white people that is profane. Right? Having the orgies and all these sorts of stuff. Right? And the striptease and all these wicked things, and worshiping the idol, doing the sex magic and all these things, right? Homosexuality also, not only with women, but homosexuality also, right? Pedophilia also, bestiality also. This is how vile the so-called white man is. That is why Job said you wouldn't even have them sit down next to the dogs. Right? Because why? They will shaft the dogs and all.
The dogs will get it too.
Right?
And the women will live with the dog.
You see them married the dog, all kind of thing in England. These so-called white women. Right? So let me continue. And besides that, brought in things that were not lawful. The altar was filled with profane. How much?
4 minutes.
Yeah, I could do that within that time. The altar was filled with profane things which the law forbid. Neither was it lawful for a man to keep the Sabbath days or ancient feasts, or to profess himself at all to be a Jew, just as the same as we read in here in the Spanish Inquisition, the Spanish Inquiry, right? And in the day of the king's birth, every month they were brought by bitter constraint to eat of the sacrifices. Right, so we see in birthdays as not a thing to celebrate. Right?
Yeah.
Right?
Let me leave that alone.
Yeah, for another time. And when the feast of Bacchus was kept, the feast of Bacchanal, which is carnival, was kept, the Jews were compelled, which was forced, to go in procession to Bacchus carrying ivy, which is costumes.
Yeah.
Right? Moreover, there went out a decree to the neighbor cities of the heathen by the suggestion of Ptolemy, right, against the Jews, that they should observe the same fashions and be partakers of their sacrifices, right? Observe the statutes and observe the ways of the heathen, right?
That's why you have Christmas and all these New Year's and all these
Valentine's Day and all these nonsense,
fucked up holidays you niggas celebrate.
Right? And whoso would not conform themselves to the manners of the Gentiles should be put to death.
Should be what?
Put to death.
So if we wouldn't conform to Christianity and Islam and all these things that they had back then, we would be put to death.
Then might a man have seen the present misery.
No wonder all people get harassed when they tell them he's a Hebrew Israelite.
Verse 10, they almost finished here. For there were 2 women brought who had circumcised their children, whom when they had openly led round about the city, the babes hanging at their breasts, they cast them down headlong from the wall, right? And others that had run together into the caves nearby to keep the Sabbath day secretly, being discovered to Philip, were all burned together because they made a conscience, right, to help themselves for the honor of the most sacred day. So just as that time is the same thing was going on back then, and it's the same thing going to take place again, right? History has a way of repeating itself. You know, so because we don't have much time here. A minute? 2 minutes?
Yeah.
Come quick then, because in 2 minutes we have a lot to
well, I was going to just bring Jeremiah 17:4.
just bring it quick and dice it.
Jeremiah chapter 17, right? And verse 4. He said, and thou even thyself shall discontinue from your heritage.
Yeah, that right? Because that is where we're going into. We discontinue from our heritage by force. Right? Because the Most High put it upon the Edomites and them to do us that for our disobedience. And the Arabs and what have you, all these other nations, because of our disobedience. Go ahead.
He said, and I will cause you to serve thy enemy in the land which thou knowest not.
Yeah, go
For
ahead.
ye have kindled a fire in my anger, and the Lord said, it's going to burn forever.
Come.
So, like the Maccabees brothers, we were supposed to choose death over the heathen lifestyle.
God. You know, so everything all about it. You know, this Spanish Inquisition. I will go in more into it personally, you know, one at a time and whatnot, so forth, you know.
For sake of time, because we just did it under the grace of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai.
Right,
so with that, we want to give all praises to Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, Baharakah Kodash Shali Yahushai. Double honor to the apostles of great mercy that rule well. Salutation to all the brothers all over the world that preaching this truth, waking up our people and cursing out truth because they just ain't right. To the aqua that listen and learn it, we say shalom. To the speckable Israelite that waking up to the heritage again, we say shalom. Shalom. And again, as priest kind of said, death to Esau.
Death to Esau, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, brothers, want to do all the research on and search all this truth.
And death to all them Elamites.
Well, yeah, all of them heathens, you know? Fuck off.
Shalom.